Trapped on the lake. The lake looked calm when they arrived, smooth like glass, wide and quiet, reflecting the sky so perfectly that it felt fake. And that was the first warning they ignored. The sign at the edge of the water was old and broken. The words almost faded, but still readable if you stood close enough. It said, "Do not enter the lake after sunset." And someone laughed and said signs like that are just to scare people. And everyone agreed because the water looked harmless and inviting and beautiful. There were 4 of them, friends who wanted an escape from noise and stress, people who believed fear was just in the mind, and they brought a small boat, food, drinks, and a camera to record the trip, planning to stay on the lake until night because sunsets over water always looked better. As the sun began to lower, the air changed slowly, the wind stopped, birds flew away, and the lake became too quiet, but they were busy talking and laughing and did not notice that the water no longer moved. When the boat reached the center of the lake, the sun disappeared completely, and the reflection of the sky vanished, replaced by a dark surface that looked deeper than it should be, like a hole instead of water. Someone tried to start the motor to head back, but it made a weak sound and died. And they laughed again, saying it was just bad timing, until the oars touched the water and felt heavy, like pushing through thick mud. They rowed and rowed, but the boat did not move, and when they looked back, the shore was gone, replaced by endless black water stretching in all directions. Panic came slowly at first, then all at once, voices rising, hands shaking, phones pulled out. But there was no signal, no sound, not even an echo when they shouted. The lake began to whisper, not loudly, not clearly, but enough to make their skin crawl, like voices speaking underwater, calling names softly, and one of them said they could hear someone crying beneath the boat. They told themselves it was imagination, that fear was playing tricks, but then the water rippled and hands surfaced briefly, pale and swollen, disappearing as fast as they came. The whispers grew stronger, and memories began to surface in their minds, moments they regretted, people they ignored, promises they broke, and the lake seemed to react to those thoughts, growing darker, heavier, closer. One of them leaned over the edge to look into the water, and instead of seeing their reflection, they saw faces staring back, eyes open, mouths moving silently. And when they pulled away screaming, the water followed, climbing the sides of the boat like it wanted them back. The lake was not just water. It was a place where unfinished lives stayed, where people who drowned, disappeared, or were forgotten were trapped forever. And it fed on fear and guilt, pulling those who came too close into its memory. The boat began to sink slowly, not from damage, but like the water was choosing to take it, inch by inch, and they tried to bail it out, but the water kept coming, cold and heavy, burning their skin. One of them slipped and fell in, and the moment their body touched the lake, the whispers stopped and turned into screams. Hands grabbed them from below, dragging them down, and the surface closed like nothing happened. The others screamed and cried and begged, promising anything, apologizing for things they had never said out loud, and the lake listened. The sky above stayed dark, time stopped making sense, and exhaustion took over, fear turning into numbness. Another one jumped in by accident, trying to escape the sinking boat, and the same thing happened, the water welcoming them, pulling them under gently and violently at the same time. Now only 2 remained, clinging to the broken boat, shaking, barely breathing, and the lake grew calm again, almost peaceful, like it was satisfied. One of them whispered that the lake wanted them to understand something, that it was showing them what happens when warnings are ignored, when people think they are untouchable, when they don't listen. The remaining boat finally sank completely, leaving them floating, holding on to nothing, surrounded by dark water that reflected no stars. The lake rose around them slowly, wrapping them in cold, and voices whispered lessons in their ears about respect, about patience, about listening, about how nature remembers everything. One of them accepted it, stopped fighting, closed their eyes, and sank quietly, and the lake became still again. The last person floated alone, screaming for help that would never come, watching the surface move closer to their face, understanding too late that the lake was never a place to conquer, only a place to respect. When morning came, fishermen found the lake calm and empty. No boat, no bodies, no signs of struggle, only the old broken signs standing a little clearer than before. The words no longer faded, warning anyone who stopped to read that some places trap more than bodies. They trap lessons written in fear, and once you are on the lake, it decides when you leave.